Red Bull!
Oh!
Host college and pros!
Crypto!
Stacks in those gains!
Let's go! Let's go!
Touchdown trades! Yeah, we run the show! It's football and crypto. Lock in, let's go!
Let's go! Go, go, oh, oh, oh. It's football crypto! Let's go! Go, go, oh, oh, oh. It's football and crypto!
Lock in, let's go!
Let's go! Go, go, oh, oh, oh. It's football crypto! Let's go! Go, go, oh, oh, oh. It's football and crypto!
Lock in, let's go!
Let's go!
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Blitz and the Block. I'm Katie Randall, and I'm here with my partner in gridiron and crypto crime, Crypto Dan. Dan, you ready to dive into what might be the wildest preseason we've seen in a while?
Oh, absolutely, Katie. I mean, between the new college football playoff schedule and the NFL preseason chaos, my head's spinning. And that's before we even get to the crypto side. But let's start with the CFP. 12 teams, schedules locked, and the seeding tweaks are actually a big deal this year.
Yeah, so mark your calendars, folks. First-round games are December 19th and 20th, 2025. Then you get quarterfinals on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Triple header on January 1st. So, your couch is officially on notice. Semis are January 8th and 9th, and the title game's set for January 19th, 2026. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
And the seeding rules. This is where it gets spicy. The 5 highest-ranked conference champs are guaranteed spots, which, with all the realignment, is huge. It's not just about the SEC and Big Ten anymore. If you're a conference champ, you've got a real shot, even if you're not in one of the so-called power leagues.
Right. And speaking of power, let's talk money. The NCAA's new revenue sharing is finally here. After the House vs. NCAA settlement, Power 5 schools can share up to $20.5 million per year, with athletes starting in 2025-26. That's up to 22% of their revenue. It's a game changer, especially for women's sports. Some programs could double their scholarship capacity. I mean, as a former D1 athlete, I can't even imagine what that would have meant for my team.
Yeah, and schools had to opt in by June 30th, so we'll see who's all in on this. But it's not just about the money. It's roster math, too. More scholarships, more depth, and, honestly, more pressure. I'm looking at Alabama and thinking, man, DeBoer's in year 2, and it's already CFP or bust. That opener against FSU is just 22 days away. If they miss the playoff again, the heat's on, fair or not.
If Alabama were a stock, the ticker would be BAMA, and the analyst consensus is still buy. But only if they figure out the quarterback situation, like yesterday. And, you know, with all these changes, New Year's Day is basically a football holiday now. 3 quarterfinals in one day. I hope everyone's got their snack game ready.
And don't sleep on the ripple effect for women's sports. Some of these programs are about to get a scholarship windfall. It's not just football and men's hoops cashing in anymore.
All right, let's shift gears to the NFL preseason. Chargers-Lions in the Hall of Fame game. Chargers thumped them 34-7. Trey Lance, 2 touchdowns, 120 yards, and honestly, he looked comfortable. I know it's just preseason, but positive tape is positive tape.
Yeah, but then the Chargers get gut-punched. Rashawn Slater, their Pro Bowl left tackle, tears his patellar tendon. He's out for the season. That's brutal. Rookie Joe Alt's sliding over, Pipkins has to adjust, and Harbaugh's staff is already shuffling before Week 1. That's a big loss, and it's not even September.
And how about Tre'Veyon Henderson for the Patriots? First touch, 100-yard kickoff return. I mean, I know we say don't overreact to preseason, but if you're a rookie and you do that, you get to enjoy the hype for at least a week. I still remember my first D1 preseason tryout. Nerves, adrenaline, the whole deal. I can only imagine what it's like for these guys with the whole world watching.
And then there's Anthony Richardson in Indy, dislocated pinky, but x-rays are negative. He could be back at practice in a few days. Colts fans, you can exhale. But Katie, you nailed it. Preseason is like crypto Twitter. Don't overreact to one clip. Unless it's a 100-yard return. Then, yeah, go ahead and freak out a little. All right, let's pivot to the other half of the show, crypto. But first, here's a little public service announcement. When we discuss cryptocurrency, we are not providing financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Therefore, please conduct your research before investing in any product or service. I hope that we made that clear. So let's get started. And wow, what a month. Bitcoin's been consolidating near all-time highs, bouncing around 116K to 120K. But the real story, it's who's buying. ETFs, presidential orders, and now 401ks are opening up to crypto. That's a funnel for future demand if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, and Ether's just been on a tear. July was wild. Ethereum spot ETFs pulled in $2.12 billion in a single week, part of a record $4.39 billion across all digital asset funds. That's not just vibes, that's real capital. It's like Ethereum went from open mic night to sold-out stadium tour in a month.
And the SEC finally gave the green light on liquid staking. That's huge. Ethereum blasted past $4,000, and staking tokens like LDO and ETHFI posted double-digit weekly gains. Even the Layer 2s, Optimism's OP, Blast, Mantle's MNT, they all rallied. Mantle's up 50% in a week. That's not normal, folks.
It's all about regulatory clarity, right? Institutions were sitting on the sidelines, waiting for the SEC to say, yeah, you can do this. Now suddenly, the floodgates are open. And, Dan, you've been talking about this for, 3 episodes now? When the rules are clear, the big money moves in.
Yeah, and July's inflows were just nuts. $11.2 billion into digital assets. That's the second largest on record. And here's the thing. When you get that kind of sustained ETF flow, the dips get shallower, the recoveries get faster. Institutions buy rules, not rumors. I mean, I'm a DCA guy. Dollar cost averaging is my jam, and this is why. When Ethereum starts stealing the spotlight, you see capital rotate out of Bitcoin, but the uptrend stays intact. It's all about the rotation.
And let's not forget the policy moves. President Trump's executive order on August 7th, now 401k accounts, can include crypto, alongside private equity and real estate. It's not an overnight switch, but it's a big step. If plan sponsors actually adopt it, that's a massive funnel for future demand. But, there are still risks. Fees, liquidity, suitability. It's not for everyone.
And Solana ETFs are still in the on-deck circle. No approval yet, but filings are moving. Just like preseason football, don't buy the headlines. Wait for the real thing. If you're Bitcoin heavy, respect that 110K, 106K support zone. If you're eyeing Ethereum, those ETF flows are your second engine. And if you're Solana curious, position sizing is everything until the ETF timing is clear. This is a marathon, not a meme.
And with 401ks, even if providers add crypto, expect limited menus and lots of guardrails. It's not going to be a free-for-all. But, hey, we're finally seeing the kind of mainstream access we've been talking about since, Episode 1?
Exactly. And, building on what we discussed last week, this is the kind of institutional adoption that changes the game. It's not just about price anymore. It's about who's allowed to play.
All right, let's get a little nerdy. Options market time. There's this net short gamma setup in the Ether options market between $4,000 and $4,400. For the non-derivatives folks, here's my best football analogy. Imagine a defense that, every time the offense gains yards, has to buy more tickets to the game. The more the price moves up, the more the market makers have to buy Ethereum to hedge, which can actually push the price up even faster. It's a feedback loop, and right now, it could rocket Ethereum to $4,400 before the volatility catches up.
Yeah, and that $4,400 level is like the red zone. Once you get there, the dynamic flips, and the market makers start trading against the move, which can slow things down. But if the momentum's strong enough, you get that quick fire rally. It's wild to see this play out in real time.
And the price targets are getting, ambitious. Some traders are calling for $20,000 Ethereum if the current channel holds. That's a 375% gain from here. I mean, I'm not saying it's a lock, but the technicals are lining up, and the sentiment is super bullish. Bitcoin's got its own path. Some analysts are eyeing 122K, especially with ETF surges and 401k access as catalysts.
But here's the thing, retail is still kind of hesitant. Even with all these gains, you're not seeing Coinbase or Robinhood in the top 10 app charts. There's room for a retail-driven rally if mainstream interest comes back. For now, it's mostly institutions and whales moving the needle.
Yeah, and that's where reading the hidden signals comes in. Whether it's options market gamma or just watching the ETF flows, you gotta look past the headlines. I always say, don't count the win before the whistle blows. That goes for sports and for trading.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, as a former athlete, you know the game isn't over until it's over. Same with markets. Plan for the upside, but don't forget to protect yourself. I'm still DCAing, still watching for those rotation signals, and trying not to get swept up in the hype. Well, not too much anyway.
All right, that's gonna do it for this episode of The Blitz and the Block. We covered a lot. CFP, NFL preseason, and the wild world of crypto. Dan, always a pleasure breaking it down with you.
Same here, Katie, and thanks to everyone for tuning in. We'll be back soon with more game changers and I'm sure a few more gamma squeezes. Take care, everybody.
See you next time, folks. Don't forget to hydrate and, maybe check your crypto allocations before kickoff. Bye.
The plays have been called, the charts have been checked. From the gritter and hits to crypto's tech. Touchdowns scored and tokens rise. We've covered it all, no compromise. Stay locked in as the seasons turn.